Hello, this video is for the solar eclipse that is on August 21st. It has been called the Great American Eclipse because it is a total eclipse that the whole swath of it is going across the United States, or a lot of the United States, from the northwest down towards the southeast. And perhaps even people that aren't into astrology are into the solar eclipse, and everybody's looking for, where can I see it? Wherever you are on the planet, an eclipse is an important event. A total solar eclipse, more so because it has more power, more pizzazz. And remember, in a solar eclipse is a strong new moon, right? The sun and moon are coming together. When it is aligned with the nose of the moon, that's when the eclipse occurs. Now, as it is a total eclipse, there's an extra punch to listen to. There are 3 reasons why this solar eclipse is extra significant. One being it is the second of the new moons, the first new moon in Leo. It's like the universe said, I'm going to give you more than one chance to get what it means to embrace the high qualities of Leo. We'll give you a first one July 23rd, a second one on August 21st. And then not only will it be a second new moon in the same sign, I'm going to give it to you as an eclipse, not just a solar eclipse, a total solar eclipse. So it's like, listen up, humanity. There's something really powerful here to be able to capture that essence and bring it into your world, into your heart, and bring it out into your environment. Now, the eclipses are part of a cycle that's called a Saturn cycle. And how it goes is that if the beginning of the whole cycle, that particular eclipse, was quote unquote afflicted, like difficult with the difficult planets, then along that series could be, when the eclipse comes along, could be more difficult. That is one way to look at it. We are not in a difficult Ceres cycle. So that is one reason. I'm going to jump forward. I do not think that this eclipse is going to bring disaster on the planet. There's enough reason why there can be problems on the planet. I do not believe it is from this eclipse. This is an eclipse from the universe that is about getting back in touch with our heart, with love, with sharing love, with appreciation, giving love, receiving love, following your heart, following your path, following your joy. Finding your center. The sun is the center, right? From which the planets revolve around. So that is the essence of this eclipse. And yes, could it be brought in with a lot of difficulty? If the other outer planets were impacting the sun and the moon in a difficult way, yes, but it is not. That is, so when you look at the chart of the solar eclipse, there actually is a lot of very harmonious patterns that is happening. And it may be that more of a being able to ride the wave, not have to be beat over the head with a frying pan to say, hey, this is my life, am I following what my heart says? Leo rules the heart. Now, yes, the solar eclipse is on a fixed star called Regulus, and that is a royal fixed star. There is an importance to that, but that in itself does not mean difficulty. Yes, part of the definition of Regulus is that one could be high and mighty and fall from the throne. And if one is too prideful, pride in a negative way, too arrogant, too boastful, that could portend some difficulties. And yes, if the eclipse is connected to a personal planet in your chart, it activates that energy. It activates the nature of that planet. So if you have your Venus at 28 degrees of Leo, it activates Venus. It activates relationship. If you are not following your heart in the relationship, yes, the relationship, you can say, I'm out of here. Something can come up. If it's activating your moon, then, and you are not emotionally fulfilled in life, then yes, something can come up for you where you say, I want to be out of here. I'm not happy living here. Because the moon represents not only our emotional well-being, it represents our feelings, our emotional body. It represents where we live, our family, and our spirit lives in our body. So there could be something that comes up that's like, oh, I need to pay attention to this. And yet, the core essence of this solar eclipse is about lining with your heart center and lining with your personal path. Now, we have some very harmonious energies that are going on between Jupiter and Saturn. And that it's Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn are in a harmonious aspect. And those three, the qualities, the archetypes of those three qualities is about being able to work together. Mars, the action planet, the motivation planet, putting something into motion. With Saturn, what it is that you want to do, your work, your responsibilities, your path, the long-term goals. Saturn rules time. So there may be things that take time, the long-term desires. With Jupiter, your Jupiter in Libra is not only about relationships, but it is relationship with yourself is obviously the most important relationship you can have with your inner self, your higher self. And that with Jupiter in that harmonious in-between point, it is about expanding your hopes and your dreams and your confidence. So those are all in harmonious patterns. And then we have the solar eclipse, the sun and moon at 28. Uranus is at 28 Aries. Those fire signs, an exact trine, a harmonious position. So what is the Uranian energy in Aries? To break free and to follow your own path. Aries is about courage. The courage to do what you know you need to do. And Leo has this element of courage too, right? Think of the Wizard of Oz and the lion, courage. That then Leo is the lion, right? So that going your own path and having the courage and the fortitude and taking action at it in a harmonious way. These are very good patterns. And then, yes, Mercury is retrograde from Virgo. So the Mercury retrograde from Virgo says, let me figure out all the details. And retrograde, going within. And the Mercury in this Mercury retrograde is going to come and conjunct the sun. And it actually will go direct at the degree that the eclipse is at. And so it's coming into the center of your heart energy, of that inner stillness, and bringing what is that knowledge that I need? What are the details that I need to forward my path? Bringing that in. Mercury is the messenger, right, of the quote unquote of the gods, going from our everyday practical world life that we are on this 3D earth plane, going up to the sphere of possibilities, of creation, and bringing it back down. So there's that element of bringing it up to the creation and being able to anchor it into this time frame of this beautiful solar eclipse, of redesigning your life. Maybe it's just a little, maybe in your personal life, it's just a little bit, and maybe it's a lot. But the the help is there for us not only to get into the flow of it, but to find what needs to be done, the action to take to forward that vision that you have and be able to move that forward. So I will speak briefly about what I think this eclipse can be for the United States, as the path is going over the United States, and that is one of the things in mundane astrology, wherever the shadow falls on the earth when you have eclipses, that area of the planet can be activated in some way where something is quote unquote eclipsed. Now remember also with the eclipse, the lights go out, the lights come back on. And when the lights come back on, I always use this image. What if you were in a movie theater and you're watching the movie and, just you sit down, you have your treats and you're watching the movie and everything's fine. And then all of a sudden, all the electricity goes out, all the lights go out, and there's like this, and then they turn all the lights back on. All of a sudden, you will be more aware. Where was that exit? Where was this? Where was that? Of your surroundings. Because the light went off, the light goes back on. So the eclipses are a time where there may be a momentary darkness. What is it that I'm going to do? Then the illumination comes, the light comes back on, and you it's not that you didn't have the sight and the knowledge before. It's heightened. The awareness is heightened. Okay, so the path goes through from the western United States to the southeast. And if you watch the path, it is going through a lot of wilderness. My concern is for the national parks, the national forest, and whether or not there's going to be some political changes that encompass in a way the national lands and the national parks. Now, there may be some change in the laws about that, or it simply can be fires and natural disasters that occur. And my hope, and for the light workers that can join, is that it will bring the awareness of the beauty of the earth and the importance of protecting these natural areas and all the beings and critters that live within these areas. Thank you very much for joining me. And I don't know if I said my name. My name's Donna Page. My website's Loving Light Astrologer. And always appreciate a subscribe or a thumbs up. Have a beautiful eclipse. Thank you.